All right, y'all, what's good? So I'm about to show y'all how we basically caught almost this entire move on gold this morning, and we ended up catching about 190 pips. So or ticks, I mean, whatever. Bro, I always do that. Like, I ain't gonna lie, coming from Forex and switching to futures, I'm never gonna stop saying pips. I'm convinced. Like, I always say ticks. I mean, you know what I'm saying. I'm never gonna end up saying ticks. I keep saying pips all the time. But anyways, so I want to say, like, right, coming off the rip, whenever I open my charts, I always look at the hour chart. Like, I might scan the 4 hour real quick, but I'm looking at the hour chart, right? And so basically I see price, we still pushing up, and I'm like, okay. I go into the 5 minute. I'm like, all right, or whoa, that was crazy. Off the rip, we had a demand zone down here. I was like, I'm gonna wait for this demand to get tapped, and once we end up getting an entry up here, I'm gonna probably take it to the next highs. I felt like price possibly could continue up bullish and maybe come up to test these highs up here. That's the original plan I had. But what changed my mind was seeing price, the way price was developing. So you gotta be adaptable. You gotta be able to adapt the price in the market. And also the other thing too is once you gain a little bit of experience, you kind of get market intuition. You kind of know what works and what doesn't work. And so basically what I saw was, this is the first thing I seen. So why did I mark this up? Okay, boom. So like I said, remember, originally I wanted price to get down here. And when I came to the chart, I came to the chart kind of late. We was already like right here. It was like already 828, 815, something like that. So we was already down here, right? And I'm looking at price, and like I said, originally I was off the rip. I'm like, okay, I see demand down here. We're in an uptrend. I'm just gonna buy today. But like I said, as I started seeing price develop, I'm like, okay, well, look at this right here. And so those of you who don't know, that looks like a liquidity grab to me. So liquidity grabs, you could like technically you could have started selling out of here, but like I said, we in an uptrend. You got to be careful, you know what I'm saying? But once we grab liquidity, and if you guys don't know what liquidity is, then I can make a video on that. Just let me know in the comments and I'll make a video on it. But once we grabbed that, we started to push down heavy. So we started pushing down heavy, and then we started breaking these lows right here. So once again, I already expected these lows to get broken so that they could come down here. But the fact that we grabbed orders first, we grabbed some liquidity first, told me that maybe we could come down. And on top of that, because I expect the price to come down still, to this area, I was like, okay, if it comes down here, and I could take 40 pips and call it a day on a Friday, that's cool with me, you know what I mean? That's a good day. But once we seen this right here, so actually we had a demand zone right here as well. So I seen this. So price broke. I didn't want to take this trade because I felt like we should come down here first. But price ends up giving a candle break entry. So like technically you would have ended up getting in here if you would have had this demand marked up, and it broke through that level, and it broke through bearish as fuck, you know what I'm saying, leaving this big ass wick right here. Well, it's not that big, but like it grabbed buyers. Basically this was somebody's entry, so it came above and then it just shot back down, hit somebody's stop loss. This was somebody's entry out there, was this right here. This was somebody's entry. Okay, so once I seen that happen, I'm like, okay, like I don't know, we might low-key go down, especially seeing the way that this candle was forming as I was in the trading. I was like, you know what, I feel like we're gonna break through this level and we're gonna come down to at least here. So I was like, so I got in early. I took a trade right here. I got in early. That was technically a breakout entry. But that's the way I used to trade. Like now y'all know I trade more supply and demand, but I just like, you get market intuition as you gain experience and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what, maybe we might end up just pushing down out of here. So so we started getting a push, and then obviously we ended up coming back, and I was like, damn, I hope this not liquidity to go back to the upside. But I'm like, you know what, we already grab orders down here. We gonna come down here. That's how I felt. So there's two things you could have done here. You could have either gotten in like where I got in off the breakout. Really, you're supposed to wait for the close. So we closed underneath this level, and that could have been an entry. Your stop loss could have been right here. That's what I did basically, but I ended up getting in like a little bit early right here. But the next entry that you could have gotten was right here off of this supply zone. So why is this a supply zone? Because you pushed aggressively down, you left the gap, you pulled back, you tapped the zone, and then you broke. So you might be wondering like, okay, like I've watched your other videos. Why didn't you get in? Why didn't you get in after it tapped right here? Because we didn't get a candle break. So we didn't break this candle on this one. So if this candle would have broke this candle low right here, then yeah, you would have gotten entries on your supply. But we didn't get a candle break until here. So we tapped the zone, we didn't get a break, we tapped the zone again, and then we got our break. So your entry would have been right here. I didn't take the entry because, like I said, I was already in heavy with a breakout entry, and like I was cool with like if I took the L, I was gonna take the L, but I wasn't gonna take two. I didn't want to take two positions. I didn't feel like I didn't think price was gonna do what it did today. I ain't gonna lie. So so after that I was like, okay, we're gonna take it down to this demand zone. If we get entry on demand, we'll just close the trade and we'll probably take buys back up. But price ain't do that. Price ended up breaking through that level. And then when you go to the 15 minute, so we deleted that zone, right? Because we broke through. The 15 minute ended up closing below these lows. So now at this point, remember how I tell y'all to look for your targets? How we look for like the low points in the market. This is how we find our targets. So we look for where price could go to these lows. And if it was the opposite direction, like let's say we're in an uptrend, you see how we start getting breaks of structure right here. You have a target here, then your next target would be like over here, which you saw got hit. Then your next target will be at this high, which you seen get hit. Like that's what I'm talking about. So and like I said, I can make videos on this again if you need me to like talk about it more and like go more into depth about it. But anyways, let's get back to this. So right, we closed below on the 15. So now at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm willing to hold this to see what it could do. I feel like now that we closed below here, we're gonna come down to here. Once we broke through there on the 15, because we did hesitate a little bit. We hesitated a little bit on the 5 minute, but we closed bearish as fuck on the 30 minute. So if we look at the 30, we closed bearish as fuck on the 30 and below that level. Then we got a little top wick or whatever, and then we started pushing back down, and we coming down below this level. I was like, oh yeah, I'm holding. Then I knew we had news at 9:45 as well. So we taking this all the way down till 9:45 basically, and we gonna see what happens at 9:45. So once we were at so 9:30 is right here. Oh wait, this is 9:45. Let me go to the 1 minute, because the 1 minute is where I could tell you where exactly I did. So on the 1 minute, 9:45 was right here. So what I did was I was like, okay, I'm already in this heavy. I already made the money I wanted to make. I threw my trailing stop right here. I was like, you know what? Worst case scenario, if price shoot up, I'll cash in on 90 pips. Maybe if like spreads get me a little bit less than that. I mean, not spreads. Whatchamacallit? Slippage. If slippage get me a little bit, then that's fine. Just fuck it. Like I'll probably end up getting 80 pips. Like I don't care. Like originally I was only looking for like 40, right? Oh shit. And so once 9:45 came, we had news. That motherfucker just dropped right off the muscle. And then I ended up closing. I actually put a take profit because I had a goal that I wanted to hit for the week. So I was like, you know what, like I'll just put my take profit there, and if we make that, then we good. And so we end up closing right around here. And then price, as you can see, price still kept dropping. Price dropped all the way down 300 pips, and we caught basically half of it. You know what I'm saying? And so if you look at the entry, like the entry was fucking immaculate, bro. Like look how perfect this entry almost was. Right off the basically off of this candle closure. we barely went into drawdown and we just started tanking. So we ended up catching almost 200 pips, and like this is still running. It's down 300 pips right now, like or ticks, whatever. You know, I keep saying that shit. But now at this point, like, price is breaking below these lows. So yeah, you should expect a pullback eventually. But as of right now, you just pushing bearish, and it's Friday, so like there's probably no more trading. Like I wouldn't still be trading after this, especially after a move like this. But yeah, we had a good day today, and that's how I caught. Yeah, and I requested a withdrawal too today on Tradig because I hit my weekly goal, whatever. I requested a a withdrawal, and so we gonna wait for that to hit, and then yeah, hit that wire transfer, bruh. But yo, it was my first time withdrawing on futures, bro. I didn't know that that you could only withdraw 4K. That's why I ain't gonna lie, bro. That's why I like that. That's, well, actually, maybe it's cause I didn't put it under a LLC. Like I just made the account, so I put it under like a personal. But maybe it's cause I didn't put it under LLC. It's not letting me do more than 4,000. I don't know. But yeah, I put a withdrawal in, and yeah. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all, man. If y'all got questions, let me know. I'm pretty much teaching y'all the same shit over and over. So you basically just taking supply and demand trades. But like I said, today I ended up breaking the entry. Taking a breakout entry, but you still could have gotten in on the supply. Your stop loss in the same place, or you could put it here, or you could put it up here if you really wanted to, if you really felt safer up here. And it depends on like it depends on you as a trader where you want to put your stop loss. So you could put it here, or you could put it up here. Don't really matter. Long as you feel like your stop loss is in a safe place, then you could catch that. You know what I mean? And we took that on down, and we ended up grabbing just about something like that, and we finished off the day. And look at the risk to the reward. The risk to reward is a 1 to 4. That's cool. Damn near 1 to 5. And if you would have held it longer, then that's good, bro. And like I said, if you wanted to hold it longer, you look for them targets. This would have been your target down here at these lows. You know what I mean? But I decided to close. Like I said, we had a nice day, and then yeah. So that's pretty much all I got for y'all. So y'all have a good weekend. Y'all do what y'all gotta do. Make sure y'all back test if y'all have to or whatever. And enjoy time with your family. Anything you gotta do, but make sure you stay with the grind. Stick with it. Cause it's gonna start hitting you. Like you're gonna start to get this shit if you haven't already. All right. So that's all I got for y'all. I'll be out of here. Peace.